Welcome in, comrades. My name is Jack Sperry, and this is the Commanders Report. On today's show, I'm going to be talking about Cam Newton saying that he wouldn't mind backing up Sam Howell. It's definitely a juicy story. Can't wait to break it down with y'all. But first, I got to ask you, man, we are so close to leading the competition here with the new channels here at Chat Sports. If you guys don't know, the Commanders Report is in competition with 3 other new channels here at Chat Sports, and only one of them is going to get a full-time channel. The one that gets the most subscribers is going to get that full-time channel, and right now we are in second place, just behind Texans Today. We're about 25 subs behind them right now. If we could add that and take the lead right now, that would be fantastic. If you want a full-time channel for your Washington Commanders, you got to click that subscribe button for me right now. So now let's get into Cam Newton. We talked about Cam Newton last week as well, and I made my feelings known about Cam, but it has resurfaced here because Cam Newton on his YouTube channel had a full breakdown of a list of quarterbacks that he would be willing to be the backup for, and Sam Howell was on that list. Cam Newton has not played in the National Football League since 2021. When he kind of fizzled out there with the Panthers at the end of the 2021 season. And, there are definitely some pros and there are some cons to adding a guy like Cam Newton to your roster. The pros are he's got the size, 6'5", 245 pounds. He can be a real unit as a quarterback runner. And speaking of that, he's a plus runner. He's got the athleticism. He's got the size. He's definitely a tough person to stop at the goal line as well. So he does provide some of that stuff. He's got the experience, 144 starts at the NFL level. This guy's played in a lot of games. He's seen a lot. And because of that, I think Cam Newton is actually an underrated mental processor. I think that he's actually pretty darn smart. I think because of his athleticism, he's kind of seen more as a brute, not smart, etc. I actually think that he's pretty darn good in this area. He's got a lot of experience, like I said, but the big thing with him, and this is why he's out of the league, is the accuracy. The accuracy is just so bad. The throwing mechanics are not smooth. They've never been smooth. Accuracy has always been his big bugaboo, and they continue to be that way. It's only gotten worse as he has aged. He is 33 years old right now, which definitely decreases the athleticism, the speed, the impact that he can have as a runner, which is another reason why he's out of the league right now, because he's just not as good of a runner as he used to be. And then the lack of recent gameplay. We saw Deshaun Watson come back last year after not playing a year and a half worth of football, and he did not look good. And he was formerly a superstar. So what is Cam Newton going to look like when he looked like trash before he left the league? I don't know, man. His last NFL action was 2021, so I really don't know what he would look like coming into the league in 2023. But there is no reason, in my opinion, for the Washington Commanders to sign Cam Newton. There's just no reason, not even as a backup, not even as a third string, in my opinion. I think my theory on why Cam Newton included Sam Howell on his list of guys that he would like to play under is because he doesn't believe in Sam Howell. He's a 5th-round pick. He believes that if Sam Howell kind of fizzles out, he can come in and kind of sneak in and get some starts toward the end of the season. Now, I can't really blame Cam for thinking this way, but it's also just a tiny bit slimy. And, I'm just not the biggest fan of Cam Newton. I'm just not. Sam Howell, man, coming in here, 5th-round pick, played pretty decently against the Dallas Cowboys in that late season win there. And, it seems like Ron Rivera really believes in this guy. He's been talking a bunch this offseason about he really believes that Sam Howell can be a starter in this league. And then they went out in free agency and paid $10 million one-year contract to Jacoby Brissett. Take a look at the Commanders' depth chart, man. I think it's going to be a battle between Jacoby Brissett and Sam Howell, at least the way that it's constructed right now. You add Jake Fromm, but he's definitely maybe a cut candidate for you in the preseason. I think it really comes down to Jacoby Brissett and Sam Howell. Jacoby Brissett, pretty decent backup in my opinion. Maybe a bridge quarterback if you want to draft a quarterback. There's some guys in there. I think Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are probably going to be off the board. I don't even think the Commanders are even going to have the opportunity to trade up for one of those guys. I think Young and Stroud will be the first 2 guys off the board. And personally, I think Will Levis and Anthony Richardson, they're more project quarterbacks, and I just really don't think that the Commanders would be worth the draft capital that they would need to give up in order to go get a project kind of guy. So this is what I would do, guys. I would let Jacoby Brissett and Sam Howell battle it out this year in camp. If one doesn't work out to start the season, you kind of see what it works. You see who kind of commands the locker room, who wins over the locker room, and then surround them with as much talent as possible, whether it be in the NFL draft, whether it be in free agency. They've already begun that process in free agency so far. Ron Rivera is on the hot seat, man, and this is a division with 3 NFC playoff teams in it right now: the Giants, the Eagles, and of course, what's the team that I'm blanking? The Cowboys, of course, made the playoffs last year. And right now, the Commanders need to get better, and they need to get better fast. They need to get as much talent as possible in the draft, and trading up and giving up multiple draft picks away for a quarterback that might not even play for you in year 1 in Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. To me, that's just not worth it. You go with Brissett and Howell, see if one of them can spark some magic for you, see if you can get to the postseason. Let me know in the comments section, would you sign Cam Newton as a backup QB? For me, it is a big hell no. I don't think it's worth the Commanders' time, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section by typing yes or by typing no.